Today's topic sounds simple, but it's actually very deep. I love existing with my husband. Not performing love, not proving it, just existing together. And somehow that quiet love feels radical now.
Yeah, because the world sells love as excitement only. Trips, photos, noise, constant movement. If it's calm, people call it boring. But calm can be the highest form of intimacy.
I read a story about a woman married for a few years. She talked about quiet mornings and staying in, but also about something bigger than romance, about safety, respect, and being defended without asking.
That part hit me too. Her husband shut down comments about her being just a wife. He defended her education and identity. That's not boring, that's powerful partnership.
Exactly. Love isn't only about how you feel, it's about how someone shows up when you're not in the room, when they protect your dignity by default.
She said she doesn't always have to fight anymore because she knows he's on her side. That kind of peace changes a person. It lowers your guard in life.
Then a coworker called their marriage boring because they stay in, work full time, keep to themselves. And that comment stayed with her longer than she expected, which makes sense. Words have weight.
Especially when society already whispers that calm equals failure. If you're not out, not loud, not exciting, people assume something is missing. But maybe nothing is missing at all.
What I loved was the moment at the table. They're doing a weekly puzzle together. Something small, shared, ordinary. And he notices something is off.
He doesn't push, but he sees her. That's emotional attunement right there. He senses a shift and gently invites her to speak. That's not boring, that's presence.
When she tells him about the comment, he smiles and says, "I love being boring." Then he adds, "You make my head quiet," and goes back to the puzzle.
That line is everything. Making someone's head quiet in this world is rare. After noise, pressure, people, expectations, peace becomes the real luxury.
It reframes the word boring completely. Boring becomes safe, predictable, gentle. A place where your nervous system can rest, where you don't have to be on.
That's when she starts listing the real intimacy. Puzzle nights, shared chores, small rituals, dyeing her hair together even though she used to do it alone. Love living in details.
I loved the part about reading the same book, owning 2 copies just to talk about it after. That's choosing connection intentionally, not efficient, but meaningful.
And how she describes him as gentle, quiet, but when he speaks, it matters. That kind of man doesn't compete for attention, he creates space.
She says she helped her become less anxious, less controlling, less tense. That doesn't happen through advice, it happens through consistent safety.
This is important psychologically. When someone is steady, your body learns trust. You stop scanning for danger all the time. That's how anxiety softens.
She doesn't just love him, she loves existing with him, crying in his arms, watching his face relax at home. That's attachment in its healthiest form.
Home becomes a person, not a place. You walk in and your body exhales. That's not excitement, that's belonging. And belonging lasts.
I smiled at the gaming detail. He wish lists games he thinks she'd like, even though he's the bigger gamer. He prefers watching her reactions.
That's attunement again, finding joy in your partner's joy. Not competing, not consuming, just sharing experience.
And then she says it clearly. I can't wait to be boring with him for the rest of our lives. There's no irony there. It's a full-bodied yes.
People responded with similar stories. Long marriages, decades together, all describing peace, not fireworks. That tells us something important.
One comment said, boring relationships are the ones that last, that chasing excitement burns people out. And I understand the sentiment, but I think it needs nuance.
Right. Another person pushed back gently. They said it's not boring versus exciting, it's alignment. What matters is wanting the same pace together.
That response was wise. They talked about 35 years together, sometimes action, sometimes solitude. The key was choosing together.
Exactly. Not labeling a relationship from the outside, but asking, does this work for us? That's the only real measure.
Another older couple said, "You described our life. 46 years together. That's not boredom, that's legacy."
Someone else said something very important. What coworkers say about your marriage is none of your business. And they're right.
Outsiders see behavior, not meaning. They see staying in, not emotional depth. They see quiet, not safety. They judge from the surface.
One man shared a sentence from his wife. Coming home feels like tranquility and peace. In modern life, that's rare and incredibly valuable.
I think we underestimate calm love because it doesn't give dopamine hits. It gives regulation, grounding, health. And that doesn't look impressive online.
But your nervous system knows the truth. Peace feels different from boredom. Boredom feels empty. Peace feels full and steady.
Long-term love often looks boring from the outside because it's not trying to prove anything. It's not selling itself. It's just lived.
And maybe that's the point. Real intimacy doesn't need an audience. It grows quietly, day by day, like trust.
In part 2, I want to talk about why people fear this kind of love, why calm gets misconstrued as settling, and why chaos is often mislabeled as passion, because that confusion costs people good relationships.
Yeah, let's go there next, because many people walk past peace thinking it's boring, and only later realize what they lost.
In part 2, I want to start with a hard question. Why do so many people distrust calm love? Why does peace feel suspicious instead of safe? That reaction doesn't come from nowhere.
A lot of us were taught that love should feel intense. Butterflies, anxiety, longing, highs and lows. So when those feelings disappear, people assume love is dying.
But often, what disappears is insecurity. The nervous system stops panicking, and suddenly things feel quiet. For some people, that quiet feels empty.
Especially if chaos was normalized growing up. If love always came with tension or unpredictability, then calm can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe.
So people say something is missing, when in reality, something unhealthy is missing. No more guessing, no more chasing, just presence.
This is where boring becomes a defense word. It protects people from questioning their own patterns. If calm is boring, then chaos stays exciting, and no inner work is required.
Another reason people fear this love is identity. Some people define themselves through struggle, through drama and intensity.
If your relationship is calm, you have to face yourself. No distractions, no constant emotional fires, just you and another human.
That can be terrifying because calm love doesn't numb you. It gives you space to feel everything, including unresolved parts of yourself.
That's why some people sabotage peace. They create problems where there are none. They poke at stability to feel something, not realizing they're chasing familiarity.
The woman in that story didn't need fireworks. She needed safety, a partner who advocates for her identity, who stands beside her without being asked.
That kind of support rewires you. You stop performing, you stop proving your worth. You start existing.
Existing together is deeply intimate. It means you don't need a role, not the fun one, not the strong one, just human.
People underestimate how healing that is, especially for anxious or over-functioning people. When someone consistently shows up, control slowly loosens.
Another reason calm love gets judged is social comparison. People measure relationships from the outside, photos, stories, outings, not emotional reality.
A quiet couple staying in looks boring compared to weekend adventures, but you don't see the emotional cost some of those exciting relationships carry.
Excitement without safety burns people out. High highs require low lows. The nervous system pays a price. Eventually, the body keeps score.
Long-lasting relationships adapt. They change seasons. Sometimes they're adventurous, sometimes they're still.
The key is consent and alignment, both people choosing the same rhythm, not one chasing, one dragging, but walking side by side.
That's what the long-married commenters described. Decades together, many phases. What kept them together wasn't excitement, it was trust and shared direction.
Calm love also challenges ego. There's nothing to show off, no dramatic story to tell, just we're good.
And we're good doesn't get applause, but it builds a life. It builds a home. It builds resilience.
Another important point is that calm love still contains joy. It's not numb, it's just not chaotic.
Joy in small things, morning coffee, shared silence, watching your partner relax when they come home. Those moments add up.
That woman loved watching her husband blush. That detail matters. It shows safety and softness, not performance masculinity.
Gentle men are often undervalued because they don't dominate a room, but they create rooms where people can breathe.
Calm love doesn't mean no conflict. It means conflict without fear, disagreements without threat of abandonment, repair instead of punishment.
That's what makes it sustainable. You don't have to brace yourself every time something goes wrong. You trust the bond.
People who haven't experienced this sometimes mock it, not out of cruelty, but out of misunderstanding.
They think boredom is the enemy, but loneliness inside a relationship is far worse than quiet togetherness. That's the real danger.
Calm love teaches patience. It teaches listening. It teaches slowing down in a fast world.
And slowing down lets you notice each other, not as an idea, but as a living person.
The woman said she loves crying in his arms. That's vulnerability without fear. That's not boring. That's profound.
Calm love doesn't erase passion, it grounds it. It makes passion safe, and safety lets desire last.
Many people confuse passion with anxiety. They confuse longing with instability. So when anxiety leaves, they think love left too.
But what actually left was the constant stress response. The body finally relaxed, and relaxation feels strange at first.
That's why people need time to relearn what love can feel like. Not rushed, not dramatic, but steady and kind.
Loving someone doesn't always feel loud. Sometimes it feels like quiet confidence, like knowing where you belong, even on ordinary days.
And ordinary days make up most of life. Not milestones, not highlights. Just Tuesdays, dinners, shared chores. That's where love really lives.
Calm love says, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. That sentence changes everything, even when it's unspoken.
So when someone calls that boring, they're missing the depth. They're seeing the surface, not the roots.
And roots matter more than flowers. Flowers impress for a season. Roots keep things alive year after year.
Loving existing with someone isn't settling. It's choosing presence over performance, depth over noise.
And for many people, it's the love they didn't know they were allowed to want.